Hi, I'm Tom Anderson, and welcome to our first ever Global Spotlight with Destinations Together. These brief 5 to 10 minute video interviews are designed to provide you with concise, timely, and relevant information. Today, we're meeting with John Welby from Historic Tours of America. His company provides historically oriented guest experiences through the operations of trolley, street trains, high-speed ferries, themed retail stores, festival marketplaces, and other historic tourist attractions in various cities around the United States, including Key West, Boston, San Diego, Savannah, Washington, D.C., and St. Augustine. John, welcome to Global Spotlight.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate being here. And we left out one city off that list. That would be Nashville.
Okay, excellent. Well, it was just a test.
Good. I'm glad I passed.
So let's jump right into the questions. John, just a few weeks ago, you were on Destinations Together webinar talking about how your company had restarted the business in St. Augustine and Savannah, along with the plans for starting Key West soon. Can you give us an update on what destinations are now operating with Historic Tours of America?
Sure. We're currently in 3 cities. So it was Savannah and St. Augustine opening on May 8th. And then last week on June 4th, we opened up Key West.
And in all those startups, have you come up with solutions to help keep your guests and your team safe, just the daily typical things you do that make a big difference?
Yeah, sure. I actually got some pictures to share with you. So there's some pictures of our Key West operation. This one is employee check-in in the morning. We do a quick health screening and temperature check. And our employees are required to wear a mask when they're within 6 feet of anyone, and this is one of our sales reps at the Mallory Square ticket booth here. We've added hand sanitizing stations at key locations. You can see there on the left is one right out in front of the trolley loading zone. And then we've added a lot of additional signage all around our stops and as well as inside the vehicles. You can see the picture on the right, just reminding people how to stay safe and socially distanced right now. As you board a trolley, you can see going up the steps on the left, there's a station there for hand sanitizer, and then there's also one on the right. And you look inside the trolley, we have certain seats roped off, and the little sign there on the right tells people that, you know, the seat is not available and reminds people about being socially distanced and staying safe. As the trolley boards from the rear forward, we will then open up seats according to the protocols there. Now this one just shows the driver's area a little roped off. These pictures are of the contour train. You can see, again, reminding guests about the new protocols. And the one on the right is just a notice to the guests, letting them know that when it's appropriate, the tour guides may remove their mask. This picture is one of our ticket booths. It shows for a one-way flow. So as they come in, they go up to the desk and then they exit to the right instead of going back out the same way. And then this last picture is the Key West Shipwreck Treasures Museum. And this one is good because it shows the signage right outside the ticket booth there on the left. And then on the right, this is additional signage throughout the space that just reminds people of keeping socially distanced and practicing good habits there. So those are some of the things that we've done so far.
Oh, that's excellent. Just good, practical, logical solutions. Yep. When you started operating in St. Augustine and Savannah, you and your executive team had made the decision not to operate the tour as a traditional hop-on, hop-off product, which is really the core of your business. Right. How was that received by your guests?
Well, initially it was received very well because I think guests just wanted us to be open again. Mm-hmm. So wasn't an issue to begin with. You know, quickly changed though as guests demand and, you know, our ability to stay profitable really. So, you know, with the once around product, we had a limitation of maximum of 100 guests per day because of the reservation-based system. But once we were able to get the capacity increased working with the local authorities, we went from 25% capacity with a once around to 50% capacity with a hop on, hop off. And it made a world of difference being able to increase the capacity day in and day out.
So you were able to add destinations and stops along the route and make it a traditional hop on, hop off.
Correct. Yep.
When you started operations in those 2 cities, if I recall correctly, you were at 25% of the seating capacity on the buses. Uh, are you and your teams looking at safe and innovative ways to increase that percentage of the seat utilized?
Yes, and anything we can do to get there is what we're going to do. The first thing we did was engaging with the local authorities to up the capacity to 50%. So based on the transit model in both cities, Savannah and St. Augustine, we're able to do that. So we got them up to 50% using the hop on, hop off. And then the latest thing we did is now with St. Augustine, working with the city government there, we begin permission to go to 100% with certain guidelines. And one of those is being that every guest must wear a mask. And we retrofit the vehicle so that there is a plexiglass screen between each seat. And there's a picture of one of the St. Augustine trolleys right there. Let me get you another picture. It's a little bit better. So this is a little bit closer up. You can see on the left-hand side, there's a clear plexiglass screen that's not so easy to see. But then every other row, you can see the plexiglass that still has the paper on it, so you can see it in the photograph. So by doing that, as of today, we're able to go up to 100% capacity.
Well, I hope today is a banner day for you. I hope it works well.
Me too.
Are you offering any discounts to the selling price?
We are not. We are, from the beginning, we've been just charging our regular price. And the tour, as we see it, has always been whether you get on and off or not, it's a high quality product and it's worth the price. So on face value, no, there's no discount. However, knowing how things have opened up there and each of the cities that opened so far, majority of the guests are coming from about a 50-mile radius. So it's more of a drive-in local sort of market. And our marketing department has been very specific with targeting those guests to remind them not only that we're open, but to remind them of our program, which we have called Hometown Pass. And the Hometown Pass allows guests that are local to ride for free if they bring a paying guest with them. So, we're not discounting, but we are giving the locals a break.
That seems like a really smart initiative, and particularly in this time.
Yeah, for sure.
What is the next issue you and your team are hoping to address to make the product even more appealing?
I hope there's no more issues. But I would say messaging is the number one thing, keeping the guests informed, making sure that they know that they're safe and secure, and letting them know that we're up to date with any protocols that are being given to us, and just making sure that they're aware of that. Simply by seeing all the signs around, and then in between tours when they can see a conductor do a quick wipe down of certain high touch point areas, all those things to me would be the next big issue, making sure guests see that and understand.
Yeah, communication is just so critical. Hindsight is 2020. Is there anything you and your team learned in restarting Savannah and St. Augustine that you will apply to ensure an even smoother restart in Key West?
Absolutely. I think engagement with the local authorities has been key, and proactively engaging, not waiting for them to come to you, but reaching out to them, make sure that you get time with them and find out from them exactly what the guidelines are for your particular business. In our case, what is it exactly that they're looking for? And that has also allowed us to evolve the product from the initial 25% capacity up to the 50% capacity.
Mm-hmm. John, excellent. Thank you very, very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. I appreciate the forum.
And please extend our appreciation to your entire team, especially those in Savannah and St. Augustine. This is such valuable feedback and super helpful for everyone listening. Larry and I greatly appreciate your time, so thank you very much.
Thank you. My pleasure.